Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says that immigration numbers will be, quote, much lower if he becomes prime minister. The comments came during an interview with TVA Nouvelle after a reporter asked Poilievre whether he would commit to a 50% reduction in the number of asylum seekers and temporary immigrants arriving in Quebec, which Premier François Legault requested in his most recent meeting with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Here's what Poilievre had to say in French. Don't worry, I'll translate.
Poilievre s'engagerait à des chiffres au moins là-dessus.
Oh, ça va être beaucoup plus bas, surtout pour l'immigration temporaire. C'est impossible d'inviter 1,2 million de personnes, nouvelles personnes au Canada chaque année lorsqu'on bâtit 200 000 logements. C'est impossible. Il n'y a pas de place. Le Québec est au point de rupture.
I know that Poilievre, when speaking in the RV, said 1.2 million, but at least he's closer to the real value than the legacy media that report the lie of 500,000 per year, when it is, yes, 2.2 million. While Canada welcomes 500,000 permanent residents per year, the number of immigrants entering Canada annually is 2.2 million after adding temporary foreign workers, international students, and illegal immigrants. With the 500,000 permanent residents, we also admit another approximately 660,000 as temporary foreign workers, 900,000 international students, and in 2023, Canada saw an explosion of illegal immigration, with 143,870 people illegally entering the country and requesting political asylum. Near the end of 2023, 75% of Canadians believed that high immigration levels were fueling the housing crisis, according to a Leger poll. Housing starts in Canada have failed to meet demand, resulting in soaring costs. To combat the housing crisis, Trudeau promised to build 3.87 million homes by 2031. To fulfill his promise, Canada would have to build 576,786 homes per year. However, Canada built just over 240,000 homes in 2023, a decrease from 2022, which decreased from 2021. The promise comes as housing affordability reached an all-time low in Canada at the beginning of April. The revelation from RBC's analysis on housing affordability at the time was that the median Canadian household had to spend an unprecedented 63.5% of its income to afford the mortgage. However, in Vancouver, a city the report claimed to be in, quote, a full-blown crisis, an average household had to spend 106.3% of its income to cover home ownership costs. That's right, the average household could not afford its home ownership costs. That's it, not food, anything else, just home ownership. Poilievre has been previously hesitant to give specifics about what he'd do to Canada's immigration targets, speaking more generally about his plan to tie immigration to housing and job availability. The Conservative leader's brief interview took place as he campaigns through Quebec in an RV with his wife and children. He has continued to talk about the cost of living crisis, government spending, and rising crime rates. The Conservatives lead the federal voting intention polls in every province in the country except Quebec, where they trail both the Bloc Québécois and the Liberals. Poilievre previously said his formula would be mathematically driven, linked to home building and job numbers, and not influenced by arbitrary targets. Here's Poilievre elaborating on his formula, which he says is more of a ceiling than a target.
C'est un plafond, c'est pas même pas une cible. Il y a deux problèmes dedans. C'est que l'un, que Justin Trudeau avoue que le nombre d'immigrants est hors de contrôle, et il a raison, et c'est sa faute. Mais il y a aussi la bureaucratie au Canada qui est le pire au monde développé, qui empêche la construction de logements. Ici à Montréal, la mairesse a bloqué 25 000 logements. Donc, en même temps qu'on ajoute le nombre de personnes et la liquidité de l'argent imprimé par Ottawa pour gonfler la demande de logement, on bloque la construction. Donc, il faut renverser cette tendance et ajouter de logements plus rapidement qu'on ajoute à notre population.
The Quebec government has been very outspoken against immigration, with Legault previously threatening to hold a referendum on the issue if the federal government didn't help reduce the number of temporary immigrants flooding to the province. Poilievre's housing plan, titled the Building Homes Not Bureaucracy Act, encourages big cities to speed up the process of building homes. Cities are to build 15% more homes annually, compounding yearly, and if they fail to do so, federal funding will be withheld by an equal percentage of how much they miss the target by. Conversely, municipalities that surpass their targets will receive a bonus. As I've repeatedly said on the channel, I'm a journalist for True North, but my views reflected in this video or any other do not reflect my newspaper in any way, and this is an independent production. I hope everyone has a happy Canada Day. Hopefully this news comes as a gift to you over the long weekend. And this is Lamoureux Lately. I remember I said that I was going to shave my mustache if the Oilers lost, or even won for that matter. And we lost, obviously, unfortunately, in Game 7 there of the Stanley Cup Finals. But yeah, I was at the game, the outdoor watch party for the game. Of course, the game was in Florida. But after the party there, I went out with my friend, and everyone was complimenting my mustache. Everyone was complimenting me, saying I look like Stuart Skinner. So I decided to keep it. I'll keep it for a bit here, and I don't know when I'm going to shave it, if ever. William said, my COO, he said that I need to grow it until the next time the Oilers win the Stanley Cup, so it may never fade. Thanks. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comments mean more to me than you know, and I really appreciate anyone that supported me thus far.